Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Before we get into the video, I would really appreciate it if you dropped a like on this video and made sure you were subscribed to my channel with post notifications turned on. It helps me out a ton, and by the time you're watching this, I will already be working on my next video, so if you're subscribed, you won't miss it. Now let's talk about today's video. Despite what the cheesy, PG edited shit in modern Big Brother would have you believe, the show is and always has been pretty scandalous. There have been many wild, sleazy, and controversial moments throughout the decades of Big Brother US that have aired, so today we're going to be going over some of them. More specifically, we're going to be revisiting 5 of the most infamous, controversial house guests that have appeared on the show. A couple of very important things to note before we start. A lot of these seasons have many controversial castmates on them, so I limited the pool to only one person per a given season. This list is also considering a person's behavior during the season, so if there's a house guest who did stuff post-season, such as attempting to start a drug ring or threatening other house guest families, for example, they will not be included in this list. That's a different video for a different time. And lastly, please do not send any hate to the people mentioned in this video in my name. I promise you they all have gotten and continue to get hate regularly, and to be honest, they aren't worth the energy. With all that out of the way, let me shut up, because as Chen once said,
we have a lot to talk about.
The first house guest on this list comes from Big Brother 2. He was ironically the first one evicted from the game, or should I say removed due to his controversial behavior. It's Justin Seebeck. Volatile, aggressive, and unpredictable, it's no shock that Justin made it onto this list. If you haven't seen BB2, Justin was a problematic personality in the house in general.
If I get her, bro, then you will guarantee you'll hear her scream, because I'm going to do a doggy style, and I'm going to give her such a kidney shot.
It's the second time.
It's the second
Stand
time.
up like a man, put your hands up, so I'm going to knock the shit out of you, bro.
It's the second time.
First
You
time I
took
ever
that pill.
No! Justin, no! Don't.
Whenever I get caught in here, it's always a matter of, like, me getting, like, thrown off the show. Justin, you know, you can't beat nobody up. You know, you can't, like, sexually force yourself on somebody. You can't, like, intimidate nobody.
His biggest controversy comes from the infamous scene with fellow house guest Krista in the kitchen. The two were sort of together romantically, but it was more or less drunk flirting, to be honest. One night, the two were drinking and Justin displayed some of his typical intimidating violent behavior, at one point even asking Krista if she would get mad if he killed her. What a lovely question to ask someone.
Justin picked up a large kitchen knife and repeated to an intoxicated Krista, seriously, would you get mad if I killed you?
Would you get mad if I killed you?
Justin, please go to the diary room.
I think it might have been a knife to your neck.
Producers were left with no choice but to expel Justin to protect the safety of the house guests.
I just feel like Justin committed suicide.
Justin was then removed from the game as he was perceived as being a danger to the well-being of the rest of the house. This moment has been remembered for years to come due to obvious reasons, but a part of the situation that people forget is his interview with Julie after being expelled by production. The interview was unhinged as Julie tried to reason with Justin about how his actions were wrong, but he refused to listen and doubled down on his behavior.
And I go, I put the knife right here. I don't touch it. I put the knife right here, and I go, would you get mad if I killed you? We were laughing, we kissed again, and I put the knife away. If there's anyone that could perceive that as an act of violence or as a threat, then you're an idiot.
Can you see how someone from the outside would be worried?
Again.
Can you see?
I cannot.
You
I
can't.
cannot even fathom. If anybody even thought that she felt threatened I was going to do anything, I don't think she would have said, go for it, laughed, and kissed me.
Some people see it from a different perspective. Are you telling me that you don't understand why you got expelled from the Big Brother house?
Absolutely.
We can't talk about controversial Big Brother house guests without talking about Richard Donato, or Evil Dick as he goes by for some reason. I don't even know where to begin with this one. From the twist of playing the game with his estranged daughter, to attacking his housemates on all sorts of personal levels, Richard is synonymous with controversy.
Isn't it funny how I can be more honest than the people reading the Bible in the house? And if think your Christianity is a joke? What about your God? Did you find him when you're in drug recovery? You're such a mental case. You must be a nightmare. And your little girl? Oh my God. She's got to be a mess. Ooh, you're so scary. All 150 pounds of you. Ooh. Oh, princess, how is your morning? How is it waking up to pots and pans in your ear? You are one ugly bitch.
The specific reason I chose to include him on this list was because of his treatment of castmate Jen Johnson. Rich despised Jen for many reasons, but his behavior towards her was not warranted in my opinion. Despite all of their differences, Daniel's father took things to extremities such as pouring tea on her and screaming at her every chance he got. I first watched BB-8 when I was 14, so I didn't think much of it at the time, as I figured they were both adults, but now rewatching BB-8 as a 23-year-old, the same age as Jen when she played, it grosses me out how a grown man harassed a young woman for weeks on end. Not only was he rude, but even creepy with her at times.
So, do you have a boob job or not? Don't look. You either know or you don't. What other work have you had done? So you were probably an A before.
I'm not confirming or denying that I even did it.
He heightened their rivalry to physical levels too. One of their disagreements was about Rich's smoking. One night Richard was outside smoking, and Jen became perturbed and tried grabbing the cigarette from him. For whatever fucking reason, he then thought it would be appropriate to burn Jen with the cigarettes. I will say Jen should not have tried to grab the cigarette, but burning her was actually wild and definitely should have resulted in repercussions from production.
If there are people that smoke there, I am going to die.
Jeez, Dad, you got enough cigarettes?
Yeah, I think I got enough to last me.
I don't like cigarettes, and I don't want them touching me or being around me.
Gen repellent works every time.
It makes people smell bad. It kills people that smoke. It kills other people that don't smoke. Ew!
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You're gonna get burned. You're gonna get burned.
You just burned me. What do you mean?
You just tried to grab it. You're gonna get burned again.
You're burning me on purpose.
Hey,
Burning me on purpose.
off.
You just
Get out of here. I don't care. Get your hand on my face. Get out of here, you crybaby little bitch. You're going home Thursday anyway. Go home.
You just
Remember how I said at the beginning of this video that some seasons have many controversial house guests to pick from? Yeah, well these next 3 seasons follow that philosophy. Big Brother 15 was a season filled with so much hatred. And TMZ reports. It was hard to choose just one person for this list. I literally counted and 9 out of the 16 house guests all made some sort of comment rooted in bigotry and hatred. That's more than half of the cast. However, I think the most appropriate person to represent this season of controversy has to be Aaron Grease. Or Grease, I don't really know the correct way to say its last name.
I am the ultimate Texas girl.
What did you just do that for? Why'd you take a swig of nail polish remover?
I think that the MVP thing is an awesome idea because I think that I'm gonna get MVP more than once, so I am all for it.
Aaron was at the forefront of these problematic comments, spewing racism and homophobia at every turn. She was a mean girl in general. No, literally, people called her trio with her friends the Mean Girls. Aaron's controversial comments weren't occasional occurrences, she made them multiple times throughout her duration on the show. This, paired with her treatment towards Candace, the only black woman on the cast, caused understandable outrage throughout America at the time.
Shut up, go make some rice. You look probably like a squinty Asian right now. No one's gonna vote for whoever that queer puts up.
Candace is already on the dark side because she's already dark, so.
Be careful what you say in the dark, might not be able to see the bitch. Yeah. Why you don't have boyfriend? It's because you don't want long nails. It's only $4 more.
I know somebody got one more time to flip my bed, and it's gonna be all hell in this house.
What you gonna do, girl?
To see the black
what you
girl
gonna
come out
do?
of you. So do it again, Aaron.
What you gonna do, girl? What you gonna do, class girl? Where's your class?
Things were so bad that CBS had to add a disclaimer before every episode that the Houseguests' beliefs were not a representation of their own views. They even asked the Houseguests in the diary room about Erin specifically and her comments. Amanda, another woman playing the game, confronted Erin about her behavior a couple of times during their stay in the house too, but Erin was not at all receptive, to the surprise of no one.
I think that you're joking every time like any sort of like racial thing comes out of your mouth, but I think the people who are a different race are taking it like offensively.
That's the most obnoxious, annoying thing I've ever heard. Anyway, I wish that I cared more about this, but I don't.
You're racist on this show, okay? And when you get out of this house, you're gonna have a lot of people hating you. That's why I came to you in a subtle way, trying to help you.
I didn't say anything racist.
The ugliness on BB15 put a damper on the season as a whole, but if there is one good thing we gained from it all, is Julie's eviction interview with Erin.
Please have a seat, put your bag down. We have a lot to talk about, including the mixed reception you just got. You said some pretty harsh things about your fellow housemates. Amanda even tried to warn you, give you a heads up that some of your words others were interpreting as being racist.
Being Southern, it's a stereotype, and I do not mean to ever come off racist, and I apologize to anyone that I've offended for that.
Let me just read back a few of the things you said. Referring to Candace, you said, "Be careful what you say in the dark. Might not be able to see the bitch." Referring to Helen, you said, "Shut up. Go make some rice."
I didn't.
And referring to Andy, you said, "No one's going to vote for whoever that queer puts up."
I do not remember saying those things, and those things were not meant to be. Honestly, Andy and I are great friends. Candace and I are great friends. I love Helen more than anything. In Texas, like, we say things that are, sometimes we joke and we don't mean it, and I really feel bad that this is how it's being seen.
Erin, I have nothing to say to you except have fun in the jury house or don't.
The next person on this list comes from BB21, another cast with multiple controversial figures. I know a lot of people are going to be expecting Jack or Jackson for this list, as their behavior is the most recognized among viewers, but I need to let you in on some Big Brother boy lore. On my old channel, I used to make rant videos about house guests I hated. Jack and Jackson both received their own videos, obviously. Hardcore BBB viewers will remember they were unedited, unfiltered videos where I just sat down and laid into them and why I disliked them. I feel like I've exhausted all there is to say about those two, and frankly, I really don't feel like talking about them again, so we're gonna be going with someone else. Let's talk about Nick Macarone. Not that I really want to talk about that thing either, but let's move on. A lot of people actually loved Nick going into the game and for the beginning portion of it too. He was a child therapist from New Jersey who seemed to be a promising personality. Things went sour quickly though, as he proved to be one of the nastiest house guests on the cast. His first controversy comes from his comment towards Nicole Anthony, BB21's America's Favorite House Guest representative. The two were aligned early on, but after fearing Nicole had been playing him, Nick took it upon himself to scream at her.
You used your anxiety, if that's even real, against me. I don't even know if your anxiety's real. Is your anxiety even real, or is this part of your game?
While I am all for people fighting and screaming at each other, Nick's comment was just plain nasty. Being a therapist, he should know more than anybody that screaming at a person accusing them of faking their mental health is the last course of action you should take. Yes, they are playing a game, and yes, I do not fault Nick for questioning if Nicole was using it as leverage, but what I and most other fans fault him for is how he went about it. This wasn't his only problematic comment either. The house in general treated castmate Kemi horribly. Her treatment was so bad that CBS allowed her to call it out during the finale, Nick being one of the people she mentioned.
Jack, Jackson, Christy, and Nick, I'm not exactly sure what your obsession is with me.
Nick was friends with Kemi early on, similar to Nicole, and once again feared he was being played in the game. So what did Nick do? made another lovely comment that was never aired on the show.
Like, are you even relevant? And she stole my laundry bag today.
I literally went who else would do that? Fucking spit right in between her eyes, dude. She's a piece of shit.
Notice who she's telling, you and you. And it's obvious.
Dude, I'm sick of her, bro. It's literally about to spit on her.
I think / hope I don't need to say what was wrong with this comment. Making such a personal, degrading statement over something game related was completely inexcusable. The last bit on Nick is his juryman scandal. To make things quick, he had a showmance with another cast member, Bella. They were both gross, no one liked them together. She got evicted pre-jury, so she went home. Nick and Kat were evicted during the jury phase, so they were sequestered together. Nick and Kat hooked up in the jury. CBS aired it, Bella got mad, then Nick got called out for it during the finale. What a stand-up guy.
Kat, I'm digging that heart.
It's for Nick. The camera's right on us right now.
Are you still thinking about Bella? You told Bella, I'm going to learn Mandarin for you. I love you. We see a jury-mance with Kat.
Wish that nothing got shown. I wanted to talk to her first.
Yeah. I said, just please don't make me look stupid. And you made me look stupid. No one deserves to feel that way.
The final person we're going to talk about is as polarizing as they are controversial. They amassed a lot of haters from their time on the show, but a lot of viewers supported and liked them too. I was not one of those people. I'm referring to Kyle Capner from BB24, by the way. Following the success of the cookout the previous year, Kyle ran rampant around the house with an idea that there was a Cookout 2.0 alliance forming between other housemates Taylor, Monty, Joseph, Terrence, Indy, and Jasmine. He proposed that there needs to be an all-white alliance formed to take down this pseudo-alliance.
And I can't get over the fact that Joseph, Monty, and Taylor have extremely strong connections with Indy, Terrence, and Jasmine. I mean, it looks very similar to the cookout. I feel a close up with you two. I feel decent about Turner. We have Alyssa, like she will 100% join us.
Kyle never said, I want an all-white, but he said, I want an alliance, and only, then he named only the white people.
And with the reasoning being...
It was a weird proposition to say the least, as Indy, Jasmine, and Terrence hated Taylor for the majority of the season, and the only reason Joseph, Monty, and Taylor were even remotely working together was because Kyle was the one who brought them all together to form an alliance called the Leftovers. Kyle's conspiracies came to the forefront of the house when Michael and Brittany exposed his thoughts because they were in danger of going home in the game and knew this would tank Kyle's game, saving them in the process. It worked too and ultimately led to his eviction.
The group of 7, I didn't know where I stood with you. I mean, for me, like, the thought that a possible cookout situation could happen was Taylor expressing that she wouldn't want to put up Jasmine. It seemed like you guys were on board with that. I mean, with that plan, though.
That obviously is not something that we agree to.
I understand, and I wish I had done things differently.
I got a burning question. Why wouldn't you all come to us and tell us about that situation, knowing that it has 100% to do with race? What he did is up, definitely, but it's some onus that you guys have to take too.
You know, Kyle, I'm not going to hate you as a person or paint you out as a intentional villain, racist, etc., etc. As a black woman in this world, I don't get the chance or opportunity, privilege, if you will, to be sat down and walked through these things. That I can love you and accept you as a person, but we can also hold you accountable for unconscious things that have happened.
Kyle gained a lot of notoriety from his actions, but also a lot of support from fans, mainly due to CBS editing him in the situation sympathetically. Whether you like Kyle or not, there's no denying that his controversies on the show cast a dark cloud over a large portion of the season. I think we can call it quits with this video now. I just want to say real quick that I made this list by going through each season in a Google Doc, listing the most controversial house guests from each season, then breaking it down from there. So if you think I forgot someone, I promise you I did not. But if you think there's a house guest who deserves to be on this list more than the others, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my future content. I'm gonna go. Until next time, I hope you all have a great day.
When you found out that you lost your job, what went through your mind about that?
Lost my job?
You haven't heard about that? Okay.
No,
so,
I haven't lost any jobs.
Okay.
I
okay.
haven't.
Did you talk to your agency?
No, but I don't think that I lost my job.
Okay, the agency came out and said they dropped you.
What agency was that?
I'm just saying the agency.
I don't necessarily know if I believe that.
Okay.
So what's next for your career? Because there's been some talk that maybe the modeling contract isn't there anymore.
You know, it's not there anymore, but to be honest with you, it wasn't that great of an agency anyway, and I have 6 meetings with 6 new agencies tomorrow, so it's a better step.